What is up, ladder climbers? Antoine Wade here, six-figure earner and millionaire, and welcome back to the Black Heights channel, where we talk about all things to help you to become successful in life. And I want you guys to keep an open mind today and watch this video through its entirety. And while you're at it, if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and stomp on that like button because it helps us grow the channel. Now guys, in this video today, we are going to be discussing how to become a web developer. I think a web developer is a fantastic career choice for folks who haven't gone and gotten their bachelor's degree, because the education requirements are not as extensive as a lot of other IT related careers. But not only that, one, they make a lot of money. Two, the job is in high demand and pandemic proof. That's right. We've seen the role of the web developers continue to increase because there's a ton of jobs out there for web developers. And last but not least, the job is highly flexible, meaning that you can work for wherever in the world if you are good. Now guys, in this video today, we are going to be discussing what is a web developer, what are the skills required to become a web developer, 3, how to become a web developer, meaning your education level and so forth, 4, the average salary of a web developer, because they do make a good salary, and 5th, the career path of a web developer if you want to climb the ladder. Without further ado, let's jump into what is a web developer. A web developer is someone who creates websites. Yes, it is probably one of the easiest to define in the IT spectrum. They create the websites, they are responsible for coding the websites, they're responsible for the layout of the websites, and all of the technical aspects of a web page to make sure that when you visit a website, it allows for a good interaction from its guests. Now, if you look at our Black Heights site right here, a web developer was responsible for developing the entire thing. So if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking for guidance, you're looking for mentorship in the IT space, go ahead and book a coaching session with us. And the web developer was responsible for integrating this part into the website so that you can have a good experience. Now, there are 3 types of web developers that exist out there: a back-end web developer, a front-end web developer, and a full-stack web developer, and we're going to talk about each one of them. And the best way for me to explain it, to keep it very simple, is you think about this. Think about a car. A back-end developer is responsible for all of the functions of the car, putting on the doors, electronics, the wheels, and all that other stuff. A front-end developer is responsible for the entire design of the car. So making sure that it's aerodynamic, making sure of the body style, the color, and things like that. And a full stack developer would be someone who can do it all, both front end and back end. So to add more clarity, if you didn't get that, back end developers are responsible for the overall technical construction of the website in its design. A front-end web developer is responsible for how the website looks and how it feels, and making sure that the experience from others when they come to the website is good. And a full stack developer, which some consider to be webmasters, they can do it all. So they have experience on both the front end as well as the back end. And some of the roles and responsibilities of the web developer includes things like meet with clients or management to discuss the needs of the design of a website. They create and test applications for websites. They write code for websites using programming languages such as HTML and XML. They work with team members to determine what information the site needs to contain. And they work with graphics and designers to determine the website's layout. Now let's talk about the skills you need to become a web developer. Well, number 1, you're going to need some technical skills. You're going to need to know JavaScript, guys. Yes, that's right, JavaScript. CSS, Cascade, Style Sheets, I believe that's what it stands for, as well as HTML. Those are the 3 hard skills that you're going to need to know on the technical side, and they are really easy to pick up. On the soft skill side, guys, you're going to need to be creative. You're going to need to have customer service skills, so those soft skills need to be in use, because you're going to have to be able to talk to customers, understand what they want, and be able to politely and correctly ask questions and requests and things like that, and be able to communicate back to them. You're going to have the ability to concentrate, because web developers must sit down at a computer for long amounts of time and detail their code and things like that. You're also going to have to be detail oriented, because when web developers write HTML or CSS or JavaScript, guys, there could be a lot of errors, and you really want there to be a minimum amount of errors. So you're going to have to be detail oriented in order for the web page to work correctly. Now let's talk about how to become a web developer, meaning the education that you need to become a web developer. And guys, here's the cool thing about web developers is that the education varies, guys. So the requirements range from a high school diploma if you haven't gone to college and not considering going to college, but you have the ability to self-teach yourself, guys. There are many web developers out there who have not gone to college and got a bachelor's degree. There are other requirements such as having a bachelor's degree as well too, and having an associate's degree in web design or a related field is most common. Guys, I always talk about management information systems, information technology management, information systems, computer science. These are all majors that web developers can have as well too. And if you're going to go to school, these are the type of majors that you should major in to become a web developer. And once you are done with becoming a web developer, you can move on to become a project manager. Oh, I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself on the career path. Now, guys, let's talk about the average salary of a web developer. This is where the rubber meets the road. And guys, web developers get paid a lot of money. The average salary in 2021 for a web developer is $72,000 a year. Think about that. Having a salary of $72,000 a year, living in a beautiful country like Nicaragua or Costa Rica or somewhere else in the world where it's absolutely gorgeous and you can work remote hours sitting on the beach. That's what a lot of web developers do. And that $72,000 is a lot of money and can go very far. And guess what, guys? The job growth rate of a web developer is at 13%. That's right, 13%. And it continues to go up. And here's the reason why. Is because as the pandemic has hit and people have seen and business have seen, they need to be online. And web developers are continuously needed. And guess what? When I did my research on how many jobs that were open for a web developer in 2021, since August, 42,000 jobs are open right now for a web developer. So it is a job that is in high demand, and you can definitely tell by the job growth rate. And I really think that this is going to continue to increase. So guys, I really do recommend this role because high salary as well as the job growth rate. Now guys, let's talk about the career path of a web developer. If you want to advance as a web developer, you should definitely have a bachelor's degree, because a bachelor's degree is going to set you up to climb the ladder to different roles. And some of the roles that you can attain as a web developer with a bachelor's degree is a software engineer, a project manager, a senior software engineer, a web developer master, an owner. Yes, that's right, an owner, guys, because as a web developer, if you are good on the front end, the back end, becoming a full stack developer, you can basically own your own company and become an entrepreneur. I know a lot of people that run their own company, a website design or marketing firm, or they partner with other people and they own the company themselves and they make a whole bunch of money, guys. So here's the thing. Becoming a web developer offers you a large amount of career paths that you can go down. And I would say obtaining a bachelor's degree is going to allow you to explore each one of these. Now, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and hit the like button. And guys, let me remind you, the reason why you should become a web developer is because they make a lot of money, $72,000 a year. They are in high demand and they are pandemic proof, and the job growth rate is continuing to climb. And last but not least, you can work from just about anywhere in the world, meaning you have a flexible work life. Now guys, do me a favor and leave me a comment on any of the points that I have made in this video. I do hope that you will consider a career as a web developer because you can get paid a lot of money. And if you invest well, you can become a millionaire. And until next time, y'all, peace.